Welcome back, students. Let's continue the same topic, that is internal structure of eye. So far, we have reached up to iris. Iris we completed. Now the next topic, which is to understand, is ciliary body. Ciliary body, which is another modification of choroid layer. Okay, you can see in the figure, just behind the iris or at the periphery of the iris. Okay, the choroid layer get folded to form the structure called ciliary body. This ciliary body consists of circular muscles, okay, which are responsible for changing the curvature of eyelids. As you can see in the figure, that this ciliary body from either side, okay, remains attached with the lens through the structure called suspensory ligament. Okay, so that is why this ciliary body has changing the curvature of eyelids, and thus it has seen accommodation of eye, about which we will discuss later. Okay, so simply to say, ciliary body has seen the accommodation of eye. Okay, to view the nearby object and distant object, it changes its muscle, ciliary body muscle relaxes and contracts to change the curvature of the eyelids. Okay, so this is about the ciliary body. Now comes the third eye wall, that is retina. Retina is the innermost eye wall or eye layer. Okay, these retina are usually photosensitive. They are sensitive to light. They mainly consist of two types of cells, rod cell and cone cell. Okay, rod cells, they are usually sensitive to dim light. Means this rod cell helps us to see in the dim light. Okay, particularly during night. Then again, next, cone cell is sensitive to bright light. Okay, then after that, the name rod cell and cone cell is usually given to them as per their shape. Okay, rod cell means cylindrical shape, cone means conical shape. Okay, so they usually assume conical shape, that's why they are given the name cone cell. Now next comes, rod cells gives twilight vision, that is vision in dim light. Okay, it helps to see in dim light, whereas cone cells gives us daylight vision. Okay, then after that comes, rod cells do not give any color vision. It does not have to identify the color, but it is the cone cell which has to identify the color. Then after that comes the main important point, that is rod cell consists of the pigment called rhodopsin, which is also called visual purple. Okay, whereas the cone cell consists of the pigment called iodopsin. Okay, which is also called as visual violet. Okay, visual violet. So just now we discussed about rod cell and cone cell. We differentiate between them also. This topic again very important from the exam point of view, student. Now after that comes the yellow spot. Yellow spot, to be more biologically correct, it has got another name, macula lutea. Okay, macula lutea. Macula lutea, yellow spot is also called macula lutea. So it is the region of the retina which lies just exactly opposite to the center of cornea. Okay, or opposite to the pupil, you can say center of cornea along the same horizontal line. Okay, so whatever the light that enters in the eye finally meets at this point. Okay, and there at this small depression in the middle of this yellow spot, which we call as fovea centralis. Now you need to understand here that in the yellow spot region, more and more cone cells are present as compared to rod cells. So as you go away from this yellow spot, then what happens? Cone cell decreases, but rod cells keeps on increasing. Okay, so there is a region in the retina, okay, where all the nerve fibers leaves the eye. Okay, this region of the eye is called blind spot, and then yellow spot is also called region of base vision. Okay, and blind spot is also called as region of no vision. So here no images are formed. Here in yellow spot, images are formed. Okay, so this is about yellow spot and blind spot. Okay, after that, now we'll discuss about, I think, lens. Okay, in the next video. Thank you, student.